Hey everyone, Steven from Straight Fire Picks. We got best bets for NBA on Friday, March 25th, 2022. We're going to have NBA player props, spreads, over-unders here for you today. We're going to have 3 picks that I think are great value bets for the Friday NBA slate. As always, just want to thank you all for your continued support on the channel. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers. As always, just want to thank you all for your continued support here on the channel. Be sure to check out our community Discord page as well. It's a great place to connect with our community and to get new ideas for bets. We'll have a link down in the comment section and in the description. Like I said, just a great way to connect with our community. Be sure to also put your favorite pick down below in the comment section. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick, and we'll include your pick in the video if it hits. Okay, now a quick shout out to our Straight Fire MVPs. So you'll see this beautiful list of people here running beside me of all of our Straight Fire MVPs. Shout out to our newest Straight Fire MVP, Thomas Mackey. Thank you, Thomas, for joining the Straight Fire MVP crew. Appreciate it. Appreciate all of your support here at the channel. If you guys are interested in signing up for that, like I said, there was a link down below in the comment section and in the description. There's also a join button down below. Really just a great way to support the stream and what we do here at the channel. Okay, now results from the previous episode. So for our comment cappers, we ain't gotta get the bag. Legend in the chat calling the Aaron Gordon over 21.5 PRAs. Cash that one easily. Great call out there from Gotta Get the Bag. And we also had Cobra Commander 33 calling the DeAnthony Milton over 13.5 points there for the Memphis Grizzlies. Cash that one easily as well. So great call outs there from our comment cappers. As far as our stream results, we got that 3-0 sweep. That's what we love to see, guys. We were able to cash the CJ McCollum over 5.5 assists. He ended up making it a little bit more of a sweat on us than it should have been, but he finishes with 6. We were all able to also cash the Darius Garland under 2.5 threes. He finishes with just 1. Raptors defense again made it tough on him. No surprises there. And we also hit on the Nikola Jokic under 8.5 assists as well. Was able to cash that with ease as well. Only finished with 6 assists, which we love to see. So an easy 3-0 sweep. That's the bounce back we needed, guys. We needed that bad. We were in a little bit of a tough stretch. We're able to get the sweep. We're feeling good again. We're going to get after it today. It is my wife's birthday today, guys, so be sure to wish her a happy birthday. She allows me to do this stuff at 5 o'clock in the morning, so I appreciate her a lot for that. So I may not be in the comments as much today, guys, just due to that. We're going to be spending some time, obviously, with her birthday and stuff, so just be wary of that. That'll be probably later in the day. During the day, I should be able to answer comments throughout most of the day, but just bear that in mind later at night. Okay, guys, let's get right into our picks. Let's get this 3-0 sweep again. I may have an added play later as well. Who knows? But let's get right into our picks for today. And number 1, we are going with the Detroit Pistons -3 spread here versus the Washington Wizards at -110 odds. So, guys, the Wizards played last night versus the Milwaukee Bucks, losing that game, obviously, in Milwaukee on a back-to-back here. Playing a very solid Pistons team right now that has looked very different after the All-Star break, right? You think if the Pistons had to redo their season, they might actually be a playoff team with the way they've been playing here lately. The Pistons are 13-1-2 against the spread in the last 16 games. They've been absolutely incredible. Pretty much all of that coming here since the All-Star break. Been very good. While the Wizards here in the last 9 are just 2-7 against the spread here in the last 9 games. Obviously not doing very well there. But the Pistons really have improved, particularly on the defensive end. They're 15th in defensive rating over the last 15 games, which is honestly pretty solid from where this team was at. Really improved a lot on that side of the ball in particular. We've seen the rise of Cade Cunningham and the pieces around him. Sadiq Bey, Jeremy Grant, Isaiah Stewart playing really well. And their bench, Corey Joseph. Corey Joseph right now is starting, but Corey Joseph's been playing well. And as well as, like I said, their bench there with Olynyk. Really is just... this team has really developed into a nice-looking team. If this team had to start over from the regular season, game 1 with this team currently where they're at, I think this would be a playoff team, honestly. I really do. They've played much, much better. They're up to 39-32-2 against the spread on the season. They're 20-15-1 at home against the spread, which is obviously very solid. They've also won 2 of the last 3 meetings here with the Wizards in Detroit, with the only loss there going to overtime. So I like to see that. Overall, the Wizards have dominated this series. A lot of those games coming in Washington. Wizards have actually won the last 4 overall between these two teams. But like I said, two teams heading in opposite directions right now. And I love the fact that the Pistons are at home here. We just saw the Pistons win by about 30 last game at home versus the Hawks. Cade Cunningham really has been absolutely phenomenal, particularly post All-Star break. We've bet his lines. I wanted to actually take his PRA line today. A little bit high for me still at 34.5. Hoping it would drop down to either 32 or 33.5. I'd be more apt to consider it. A couple other notes here on the Wizards, though, guys. Wizards 28, 42, and 2 against the spread. That is worst in the NBA. They're 11, 24, and 1 on the road against the spread as well. So they've been a terrible road team as well. Really struggled this season against the spread. And here, particularly recently, they've dealt with, some injuries. Obviously, no Bradley Beal. He's been out for a long time. And, that's a lot of the reasons here for the Wizards' struggles here later on in the season. Obviously, no Bradley Beal makes things kind of hard. Wizards, though, 28th in defensive rating now over their last 15 games. 16th in offensive rating over their last 15 games here. Pistons are 18th in offensive rating. So, Pistons are about middle of the pack at both. And then they got the Wizards, in particular, just a bad defensive team and an average offensive team. So, I think the Pistons here will be able to take care of business at home and continue to play the part here post All-Star break. I love it there, guys. For a number 1 pick, Detroit Pistons -3 spread here versus the Washington Wizards at -110 odds. Okay, and at number 2, we're going with Rudy Gobert over 30.5 PRAs here for the Utah Jazz at -125 odds. So, guys, Gobert is 21 out of his last 34 to this line with 2 hooks. So he's been a rock all season long. Now he is 0-3 over his last 3 out of his last 6 in his last 6 games. So he did cash the previous 3 prior to that. Drew a couple of tough matchups here over the last couple of games, with the Nets and the Celtics. So I'm expecting him obviously to get back on track here versus a Hornets team that has been terrible versus centers all season long. They allow the 5th most points and the 5th most rebounds to centers. We've seen a couple centers absolutely go off here recently. Valanciunas posted 47 PRAs here a couple games ago versus the Hornets. Capella posted 33. And if you're familiar with Capella, that's pretty high for him. And then we even had Obi Toppin, another guy that pretty much plays center there for the Knicks, posted 35. So, I think they're going to have a tough time obviously defending Rudy Gobert here. He could be a very dominant center when he wants to be. He can hit 35, 40, 40 PRAs when he wants to. And I think here versus the Hornets, I think he's going to get back on track. I think the Jazz should get back on track a little bit here. Jazz have really played pretty bad here lately. A couple of really ugly looking losses there to the Celtics and the Nets. So I'm expecting the Jazz to somewhat get back on track here, at least keep this game close, and for at least Gobert to have a big game here. Great matchup for him. Like I said, centers have really just had their way versus the Hornets this season. He's already played the Hornets once this year as well, posting 46 PRAs in that game. Absolutely dominant game. That's more of what I'm looking for to happen today. I don't know if he gets to 46. I more got him getting about 35 to 37 PRAs in this game. So I think this line is playable up to 31.5 is where I would go. 31.5, 32.5 is fine as well. I wouldn't go beyond that, though. 30.5 is obviously ideal. That's where we want to take this. That's what we have it at here early in the morning. So hopefully it stays that way. But that's honestly what I like about the fact that he's actually struggled his last couple games, because I think we get a little bit of that line doesn't get boosted then. We don't want to see that line get boosted. So I do love it there, guys. For a number 2 pick, Rudy Gobert over 30.5 PRAs here for the Utah Jazz at -125 odds. Okay, and finally at number 3, we're rolling with Luka Doncic under 30.5 points here for the Dallas Mavericks at -116 odds. So guys, Doncic has actually gone under in 4 of the last 6 games, so I do like seeing that. And I just played Minnesota where he posted 15 points, committed 8 turnovers, and shot 5 out of 17 from the field. Obviously, we'd love to see that. We know that Minnesota actually has pretty good defensive guards on the perimeter. Even small forward there with Anthony Edwards. So, you got Patrick Beverley, Anthony Edwards, D'Angelo Russell, all very capable defenders, believe it or not. Actually, all pretty good. So, the only thing, that you get into trouble with the Timberwolves sometimes is pace of play. When you play a team like the Timberwolves, and the Timberwolves are number one in the NBA in pace of play, the Mavericks are dead last at 30th. So, that's the only thing why the Timberwolves could give up points sometimes to guys like these is, there's just a lot of possessions in the game. Mavericks were able to slow them down, though, and it was more of a grinded-out game last game, so that's why you saw Doncic go under. I think we could see that again here. Like I said, great defensive guards. I love what they have there, obviously, in Patrick Beverley, Russell, and Edwards. I love the defense on the perimeter that they're able to play. And Doncic has actually never cashed this over versus the Timberwolves. Never. 9-0 to the under in his career. And he also averages 3.4 points per game less on the road as well this season. So we like seeing that as well. And like I said, we already had our sample there versus Minnesota last game. We wasn't even close. So we have a little bit of room here to work with. I think Minnesota, it's going to be part of the game plan. Get the ball out of his hands and make someone else beat you. And it worked out pretty well last game. Honestly, Minnesota was very close in that game, nearly winning that game. Mavericks did end up winning, but I think overall it was a pretty good game plan. What they did on Doncic. He's the guy you got to worry about beating, and he's very capable. He's very capable of cashing this line as well, hitting it over, because he's obviously very gifted. But I love the way the Timberwolves played him. Looking for that to continue. This line is just a little bit too high, guys. 30.5. That's a lot of points. He can still have a big game. He can still have a great game and cash the under here. That's kind of the nice thing here. I love the defense, like I said, that Minnesota could play. I don't love that Minnesota's number one in pace, but I love that the Mavericks are 30th in pace. I think the Mavericks could slow them down. This could turn into more of a defensive game like we saw last time out in Dallas. So, Doncic also 8 out of his last 13 to the under on the road as well. So, like I said, the points per game, on the road playing out there. He is scoring less on the road this season. So we love to see it, guys. Love it there for our number 3 pick, Luka Doncic, under 30.5 points here for the Dallas Mavericks at -116 odds. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers. As always, just want to say that I really do appreciate all of you. Through the good times and the bad, you guys have been very supportive and had a lot of nice things to say. So I just want to say that I appreciate y'all in the comments and for the encouragement. We did get back on track yesterday, which is what we love to see. Got the 3-0 sweep. Want to keep it going today. I have been more focused on playing a few unders in our slate, just with the way things have gone in the month of March. Been looking for good value on unders because they have been hitting. Our unders have been hitting. Last couple days, we went 2-0 on unders yesterday, and we went 1-0 on unders the day before that. So I am focusing more on that, at least trying to get one in there. And, obviously, even though playing unders in some ways isn't a lot of fun, guys, because you can never cash the bet till the end of the game. So that's why, a lot of people, including myself, don't prefer unders because of that. It's because you get you get an idea late in the game that you're gonna cash, but you don't cash until the game's over. So it's kind of one of those things where it is more fun to play overs because you can have those cashes at halftime. You can get stuff knocked out early, which is always nice, but leaves a lot of stress. So unders are definitely more stressful, and I speak from experience on that. They definitely are. But they're also could be very profitable if you find the right ones, which is what we're focused on here. We want to make money. And I want to make money. You want to make money. Let's keep that going. So we are going to try to still, keep the unders going, as much as we can, particularly in the month of March. March has been so weird in the NBA, guys. I'm just looking around at a lot of the scores and stuff. I'm like, what is going on? There's just so much weirdness in the NBA right now. I don't know, what's in the water, but, obviously minutes are getting restricted. Obviously, end of the season stuff going on. So, like I said, let's get this 3-0. Let's get back-to-back sweeps, guys. I'd love to get this 3-0 sweep again. I really would. It'd be great. Let's do it again. Let's cash your bets as well. Let's have a great day today. Have fun watching the tournament, guys. I will. Like I said, I probably won't be responding to comments as much later in the evening. It is my wife's birthday, and we're going to be actually going to the casino. So we're going to have a good time. So appreciate y'all. Have a great rest of your day, and we will catch you guys next time. Peace out.